London, really nice night here. North London, not quite as cold as I was expecting it to be. And we are, 33 minutes away from kick-off at the Emirates. My name's Charles Watts. I'm the Arsenal correspondent at Goal, if you don't know me. If you do, I hope everyone is well. Teams are out. I'm sure you've seen them by now. Big news that Aubameyang has been dropped, not wholly unexpected. Personally, I would have liked to have seen him start as a central striker, but I don't think anyone can complain that he has been dropped on the current form because he's not really been warranting a place in the side. So Lacazette starts as a central striker. Willian gets the nod on the left-hand side, so no Martinelli. Again, he has to make do of a place on the bench, so it's a front four of Saka, Smith Rowe, Willian and Lacazette. Full team news for Arsenal: Bernd Leno in goal, Bellerin, Gabriel, Holding and Cedric at the back four as expected. So Cedric replacing the injured Kieran Tierney on the left. Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey as the midfield two, and then that four as well up front of Saka, Smith Rowe, Willian and Lacazette. Yeah, a bit disappointed that Martinelli's not playing. I thought this was his opportunity really to get a go. I'm not surprised that Auba's been dropped, and I'm glad he's not playing on the left-hand side anyway. But yeah, it kind of felt like this was an opportunity for Martinelli. I don't think Slavia Prague would have liked coming up against Martinelli. The fact is, look, Willian has been in decent form before he got dropped. Arteta does some weird things. I like Arteta, but he does some he makes some odd decisions when players start playing all right and then suddenly drops them. It's like he persisted with Willian for so long, finally got into a little bit of form, and then he dropped him completely. He binned him off, and now suddenly he's back in again for the biggest game of the season. So it's all a little bit weird, but yeah, it's a bit disappointing. I just felt like this was an opportunity for Martinelli to start on the left-hand side, given Aubameyang's form, given the fact Willian hasn't been playing recently. But not to be. We're going to have to wait and see if he comes off the bench again. Good to see a couple of youngsters on the bench. Joel Lopez, the left back, who we spoke about in an earlier video this morning, obviously came over from Barcelona a while back. He is on the bench, and Miguel Aziz on the bench as well, so that's good to see. Two very, very talented young players over there. Look, I'll flick over now so you can see some of the warm-ups going on ahead of me, so you don't have to look at my ugly face, because let's face it, you're here to watch the warm-ups. Not much to see really at the moment, because the Arsenal team are way over there. The substitutes are all warming up there, but they're the first team over on the far side, and they will be doing their shooting practice soon. I'll just turn the camera around so you can see Slavia Prague. There they are warming up, but you want to see Arsenal, don't you? So there you go over there. It's interesting, this front four, two of the players haven't scored a goal this season in Arsenal's front four. Willian, no goals this season. Smith Rowe, no goals in the Premier League anyway this season for Smith Rowe. Did score in the Europa League earlier on, so I think he's got one this season. So not exactly absolutely spilling out from goals with the forwards that Arsenal got in their lineup today. Obviously Saka's got a few. I think Lacazette's on 13 now. But looking at that team, and this is just on the top of my head without looking, I'd presume that Gabriel was probably the third top scorer in that starting lineup today. Pretty sure he will be. I think Lacazette, then Saka, then Gabriel, surely is the top three goal scorers in that team, which says a lot, really. What a big opportunity this would be for Willian to get his first goal. Oh, in the FA Cup, someone mentioned in there was Smith Rowe. Of course, yeah, he scored against Newcastle here, didn't he, in the FA Cup in extra time. Scored the winner. I'll let you, Ollie Norton, you're asking me for my score prediction. You clearly don't know me well enough yet. I refuse to give my score predictions before the game. I'm very superstitious. I don't like to do that. People asking if Auba's training. Yeah, he's training over, look, there he is, in the distance there, so he's with the rest of the substitutes. There's Reece Nelson, Eddie and Miguel Aziz right in front of you, and Auba's just in the background there on the left. Is Auba looking pissed off, says Viswar? I don't know, he's too far away to tell. Where is he? Oh no, there he is. He's all the way over there actually, with the woolly hat on. There's Auba. Behind Miguel Aziz, all the way over there. Someone just said, I've got a feeling Partey's going to score today. I have to say, I had that feeling as well. As I was walking around the stadium after parking my car, I was thinking to myself, I really fancy Thomas Partey to bag a goal today. Jake, Martinelli unlucky not to start. I mean, he is, but that's just us going on previous form that we saw about a year ago, isn't it? I mean, it's tough for us to say he's unlucky not to start at the moment because we haven't seen enough of him to show that he's unlucky not to start because he's not been getting any opportunities. We're still basing a lot of stuff on Martinelli on what we saw from him last season, not on what we're seeing at the moment because we just haven't seen enough of him. Alex, thoughts on Bellerin starting, Charles? I thought he would start, Alex, to be honest, today. I know he's not been playing much recently. He's been left out a few games, but I thought Bellerin would come back in for this one. Let's move over there. All the first team over there doing their rondo at the moment. Oh no, it's not even a rondo actually. Well, it is, I think. It's a much larger scale. Ollie says, how do Prague like to play? Well, I was speaking to someone earlier who's seen them play a lot. He says they're very intense. He said their press is really off the charts, and that's what Leicester really struggled with. They just kind of described them as quite similar to Leeds, so that incredible work ethic, really pressing hard. But if you can break that press, then you can get at them and score goals. When you look at, they've only lost 3 games this season, but when they have lost, they've lost heavily. They lost 4-0 to Bayer Leverkusen, they lost 3-0 to someone else, I'm not sure who it was. But they concede goals when they do concede, so I think when they do lose. So I think that comparison to Leeds was quite an interesting one for me. It's just a case of beating their press. I think you're going to see a lot of them really hunting in packs going forward, trying to rob Arsenal when they're trying to play out from the back. So Arsenal are going to have to be really wary of that. They're a really intense team by all accounts. Thoughts on Laka over Orba? I'm not surprised. I personally would have played Orba as a central striker. I would have moved Martinelli, like I said, to the left wing and played Orba as a central striker for this one. But I'm not surprised that Laka's starting. I think Orba's been pretty poor recently. And when Laka has played as a central striker with Aubameyang not in the team in some of the big games this season, Arsenal played very, very well. You think about the recent win against Tottenham when they beat Chelsea here on Boxing Day as well. That was Laka as a central striker. Orba wasn't playing in those games. Alex, do you see Aziz being a big part of the first team next season? I'm not sure. I think next season will be a good time for Aziz to go out on loan next season, to be honest. He's had a little bit of a taste of it this season, in and around the first team, been training with them a lot. But if he stays around next season, I don't think he's going to play many minutes. And it feels like the next stage of his development is to go out and start playing a lot more. So I feel like a loan is going to be the best thing for Miguel Aziz next season. Odegaard's got an ankle injury, for those asking about Odegaard. Apparently it's not too serious. It's that ankle injury that he picks up on international duty. Obviously he picked that up in the Gibraltar game. He then played 2 full 90 minutes for Norway after that, and then he played 90 minutes against Liverpool when he came back. So it's obviously flared up again, but Arsenal hoping it's not going to be too bad. Chris, are you sure Smith Rowe and Saka are not being rushed back? Well, I'm not sure, but the medical staff must be, hopefully, if they're starting them. When you think about Saka, he's not, he was back training last week. They resisted playing him against Liverpool for this one, so I don't think he's been rushed back. We're not so sure about Smith Rowe because he's only started training a couple of days ago. But I certainly don't think Saka's been rushed back. He's been training for a week now. Yusuf asking about the Tierney injuries. No new update from what we heard yesterday. 4 to 6 weeks. Arsenal don't think he's going to have an operation, which is good. Let me move over here. They're starting to do shooting now, so you can see some of the shooting. Oh, beauty from Smith Rowe. You like that one? Nice finish from Willian there. How he could do with a goal today. It'd be nice game to break his duck today. good to see Granit Xhaka back today. Arsenal do miss him when he's not around, I have to say. That's not me saying that he's the best midfielder at all, and I do, as I've said many times, I think if Arsenal want to get to the next level, they need to move away from Granit Xhaka and bring someone else in to partner Thomas Partey long term. But having said that, when Arsenal do miss Granit Xhaka when he doesn't play, he is very, very important to this team. Oh, another good finish from Willian. He's got his shooting boots on today, judging by the warm-up. Alex asking about Tyrese John-Jules. It's tough. I know that people at Arsenal really like Tyrese. They think he's very different to a lot of the other young strikers. Oh my word, Thomas Partey, what is that? Dreadful effort. Yeah, they like Tyrese John-Jules. They think he offers a little bit different qualities than some of the other younger strikers at the club. Shame that the loan hasn't gone too well for him this season with the injury, but I know they were very impressed with him before he got the injury. I've totally forgotten where he's been playing. I want to say Doncaster. Is it Doncaster? I think that's right. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's there, and I know that they were really impressed with him before the injury. He's going to go back there for the last few games this season as well because he's fit now, so hopefully he'll have a good end to the season. Then it'll be interesting to see what Arsenal do with him in the summer. Lincoln, was that it? Someone coming up with Lincoln? It was Lincoln last season that Tyrese was at, wasn't it? Oh, Willian has got his shooting boots on. He's got some absolute beauties in this warm-up. No Balogun and contract updates, I'm afraid, Samin. No. Lacker's just there. Whoever, Leo, I think you asked that. It was there. He just scored right in the middle behind Smith Rowe now. Oh, I don't know if Willian hasn't missed a shot yet in this warm-up. Absolutely dialed in. I hope he takes this sort of form into the game. Gustav, what were your thoughts on Willian's recent interview? I thought it was great. I thought it was a really good interview, really important stuff that he said. I thought it was very it's good of him to stand up and say all that stuff. I thought he spoke really, really well. Always good when you hear players speak honestly like that. It's just a shame it's about such a horrible subject and one that we have to all work hard to put an end to, because online abuse of any form is absolutely abhorrent and it needs to stop. Cedric Suarez top bins. I'm going to move the camera over here so you can see this. There's going to be some more shooting into this goal now before they head back into the changing room. Odegaard is not playing, no, whoever's asking that. Odegaard's got an ankle injury, so he's not here tonight. Not too serious, hopefully. People asking for my thoughts on Aziz. I think he's a very talented player. Everyone I spoke to about him thinks he's a very talented player. That was a bit worrying. Just saw Smith Rowe sort of head down the tunnel a little bit earlier there. I hope there was nothing wrong with him. He didn't look too happy. He was speaking to one of the medical staff by the looks of it. I hope there's nothing wrong with Smith Rowe. Someone asking me to repeat the lineup. It's Leno, Bellerin, Holding, Gabriel, Cedric, Partey, Xhaka, Saka, Smith Rowe, Willian and Lacazette. Oh, Thomas Partey. There you go. Do that on in the match. Nice finish. Oh, Bukayo Saka. Don't do that in the match, Bukayo. Nearly gone in the top tier. Oh, someone asking about Amari Hutchinson there. Needs to be promoted to the senior team. He is very exciting. Him and Charlie Patino, they're two really exciting young talents coming through at the moment. No, Smith Rowe's not back out. I don't think he will be now because they're going to be heading back in about a minute, so he won't be coming out now. People asking who is captain. Yeah, it's Hector Bellerin is captain. Oh, get Gabriel up front. What a finish that was. Here are the last two to have a go now. Here comes El Neni. Just wide. And now Gabriel Martinelli with the last shot at the warm-up. And he puts it top corner and runs off celebrating. Go on, Gabby. Get him in the starting lineup, Mikel. Right, and in they go now. Everyone, that's my end of this broadcast because I'm going to run off and get myself a cup of tea before I sit down and get ready for kick-off. So thank you for watching. As always, I will hope to do my player ratings at the end of the game tonight, providing I get enough time. Yeah, if I don't, I'll put back on tomorrow morning, definitely, and do a much more longer, in-depth take on hopefully what is going to be a very, very impressive Arsenal victory that sets them on their path to the Europa League semi-final. Wherever you're watching around the world, everyone, enjoy it. Cross your fingers. Come on, the Arsenal. I'll speak to you very, very soon.